Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's a Sunday afternoon, and we are starting with our Sunday sessions. And I hope you are well. Today, we have a very instructive session about to start. I'm talking to Sabina, and I'll introduce her to you as soon as we are all ready and waiting to start. Good afternoon, my name is Kheti, and it's another Sunday, another opportunity to learn, to grow, and become a better person. Sundays are really good days to learn, very relaxed, and therefore a good time to take stock, to learn together, to grow together, and so we are here today to learn about Copilot. So, call your friends, call your neighbors, tell them we are here. Call your friends and neighbors, church, fellow church members, even your haters, But let's start with this. Every Sunday we come here and we learn, and people say, but Prof, why do you do this? I do this because I love teaching. I do this because it's much better to be talking to a whole group of people rather than addressing things one by one with each person who asks me a question every day on social media. I get a lot of messages, a lot of WhatsApps, and a lot of DMs on all my social media pages. And so some of the things that people ask me, I can address them on this platform, and it's quicker rather than addressing them for each person as they come. So that's why I do this. But I also, more than anything, I do like teaching. Okay, I do love teaching. And the issue is that each one of us has got something that we love. There's something that you love. The thing that you love, that you will do it for free, whether someone is paying you or not. And for me, it's teaching. It's teaching, development. I'll do that for free. And that's why I come here every Sunday to do this. And I hope that you are learning. And of course, we've been on this AI journey together. And we're going to continue until we finish this Elevate Hair series. Remember that with the Elevate Hair series, I've been sharing the link for you to take a free AI course. And every time I share that on X in particular, some people get very aggravated about the fact that I'm encouraging others to take a free course on AI fluency. Here's the thing. If you're not fluent in AI, then you don't even know what you don't know. So even if you don't like it, my advice is just register, okay? Just register and do the course, and at least know what you don't know. Complete the course, get the badges under the belt. You don't have to pay anything. It's unlike me saying go to university, pay the fees, even if you don't need the degree. I'm saying here, take the AI course, the free Microsoft AI course. Get to know what this is about. Get to know how you protect yourself. Get to know how you become ethical in using AI. Because when you know, then you can make a choice, a conscious choice, knowing exactly if you decide not to use, what is it that you're missing or not missing. Okay? It's unlike people just criticize things they don't even know, right? And then one day you want to jump on the bandwagon and it's too late, all right? You must remember that people criticized cell phones when they came in. People didn't want bank cards. There's always a pushback on any new thing. And it doesn't mean every new technology that comes to us is good for us, okay? Not everything is good. Not everyone is going to use everything that's good in a good way. Some of it is going to be used in a bad way, and that's why this past week I shared with you some of the cases that came up where companies, even big companies, Deloitte in Australia, was found guilty of using GPT to produce a report for one of the government departments. And then it was spotted by one of the academics who then made them, and then the government took them to court and they lost the case and they have to refund the government the money. And of course, the other case is that one of Zakes Mda, a South African author, well-renowned author, who GPT used 6 of his books. Not only so they used, of course, 47 books, 6 of them being those of Zakes Mda, to train GPT-5. And then, of course, they also were found guilty, and then they have to pay billions of dollars to all the authors of the 47 books, 6 of them being those of Zakes Mda. So that's when companies, corporates, the creative sector, but also the boardroom, the corporate, using AI in the wrong way. Sometimes it's individuals, young people who are studying towards PhDs, masters, use it in the wrong way. Now, just imagine, even if you think you get away with it, 5 years later or 15 years later, when you in your big position and someone finding out or putting it out there that you actually got AI to write your thesis, and then your PhD has got to be stripped of you. You don't want that. So if you are a student, understand why you're learning, why you're studying, and then indicate, own up when you use it. Indicate that you used this particular AI tool, you used it for this and that, so that whoever is reading your work understand. Don't even be shy. You know, when you're writing a thesis, you can have a whole entire section. You can even actually have a whole chapter saying which AI model you used, how you used it, and why. There's nothing wrong in that. You are being transparent, you are being open, and actually it's scholarly to do that. And you'll be referred to. Actually, your work will be referred to, because other people will then learn from you how to use the AI model. So be wise as you use this, be ethical. But as I say, you cannot even know how to be ethical or evaluate what an AI model gives you if you don't even know, if you're not fluent at all in AI. That's why I'm encouraging you every day to take the free AI course. I offered you many. I'm back again. This time, this course is not only for South African, it's for everybody. Note, it is not only for women, even though we call it Elevate Her, and it's in collaboration with the Women in Tech. Men can take it too. And it's because the women in tech regard men as an important ally in this challenge of gender equality. All right, let me see who's here today, and let me welcome you. Austereza is here. Thank you very much, Austereza. It's good to see you all the time. Keta Ngobo says, good afternoon, Prof. I'm looking forward to the interesting session. Thank you, Keta. Welcome. Lindoku Tsepo, welcome. Victoria Haukongo from Namibia, welcome. So good to see you from Namibia. My friends in Namibia, it's always good. I lost the Zambians, right? Someone tell them there in Dola that we here. Agnes Mafaisa, welcome Agnes Sichaba, my boy. Good to see you, good to see you. Let me see who else is there. I haven't seen Sylvester in a while, and I hope Sylvester is around and well. I should call him to see how he's doing. Nana, welcome. Nana, welcome. Good to see you from Agona village in Mlamulele. It's good to see you. Let me introduce Sabina. Sabina, if you out there, you can hear me. I'm going to ask you to join me. I want to introduce Sabina. You know, guys, you know, every time I go out there, I'm hustling for you, right? I'm looking for interesting people, people who can teach us something, people we can talk to. And today, I've got Sabina. And I'll be introducing Sabina to you. And I know that we are all going to learn from her. And as soon as Sabina is available, I will put her on the screen. There we go. Sabina is knocking. Let us see. Sabina. How are you, Sabina?
I'm good. How are you, Prof? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
You are audible. I can hear you loud and clear. And you know, I've got such good audience, right? My friends on YouTube are amazing. If they can't hear us, they will tell us here that they can't hear us. Right? Okay. Shaba, Sisti, Lebohan, please tell us if you can't see, if you can't hear us. I know you always tell us. Let's see, Lebogang Lesedi, AI isn't here to steal jobs. An AI skilled person will replace you. Those words never left my mind. I stand by those words. AI is not here to take your job, but this is for sure. Someone who knows, who uses AI is definitely going to take your job. That you can be sure of. Gabriel Konanyuma, good to be here. Thanks, Prof. Gabriel is from Zambia. You see, I thought the Zambians have dumped me. At least you hear it's the Ghanaians who have dumped me, right? Someone call them, tell them that I'm here, and we're looking forward to seeing them. They used to be here. Nigerians, we're Nigerians and Botswanians who were angry at me that there are no free courses for them and only for South Africans. Now we have a free course for everybody. Miss Ice, welcome, welcome. So, Sabina, I just told people, I reminded them, every time I go around, I find people that we can learn from, and I introduce them to the platform so that everyone can learn. And so I want to introduce people to you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sabina. Sabina is a solutions engineer at Microsoft. I'm going to start, Sabina, that you tell us, what is a solutions engineer? What did you study? I mean, really? like I'm saying solutions engineer, okay? It's like when you get a job at a company and they say you're the problem-solving officer. You know, it's a similar kind of vibe. I like it. I like the title, Solution Engineer at Microsoft. She focuses on AI adoption, and that's M365 Copilot. And she focuses on shaping how work gets done. All right. So she's we called her. I mean, I called her because she's the expert on Copilot. She will explain to us what Copilot is, and she will show us what it does. And most importantly, she'll demonstrate how you can use it when you're applying for a job, when you're helping your child with homework, when you're using it as an entrepreneur. And my sense is that Sabina is not just here for today. I'm sure she'll come back and teach us more things. Sabina, thank you so much for joining me. I really am grateful. I know you don't have to do this, and I'm grateful for the favor. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Prof. I'm truly honored to be in this platform. And honestly, this is what I do for a living. I love empowering others, so it is such a great pleasure. Thank you.
Fantastic. As I said before we start, tell us, solution engineer, and they're not saying solutions. You said solution.
Solution. 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us.
So Microsoft is very vast, as we all know. And we've got multiple solutions that we focus on. We've got different kinds of clouds at Microsoft. And I particularly focus on the M365 cloud. So that's your productivity suite. So think Microsoft Teams, SharePoint, OneDrive, and so many of those. And currently, now we are looking at AI transformation, and now I'm looking at that AI layer for M365 particularly. So when you say solution engineer, I focus on M365, and what I do is I go into my clients, I help them translate their business requirements into solutions. So that's it in a nutshell.
Oh, fantastic. Someone is sitting there and saying, I wonder what she studied. Does it matter?
You know what, Prof? I had a similar question yesterday. So yesterday I was speaking at a career fair for young ones, and they asked me, so do I really have to go to school to be like you?
Yeah.
And my response was, education is quite important. If I didn't go to school, I wouldn't be able to think in a critical manner. So I wouldn't be able to have that solutioning thinking.
Yeah.
So it's quite important. And I studied BCom Informatics from the University of Johannesburg. And but I didn't think I would land at a Microsoft, to be honest. I thought I'd be a business analyst at one of our local organizations, but my journey turned out differently. So Yeah, school is important. There's also things like certification. So certification is quite important if you are, wanting to embark into the IT industry. Not just Microsoft. We've got other certifications from other hyperscalers like Google, like AWS. So yeah, so I'd say school is important. It is important.
Fantastic. Okay, now talk to us about Copilot. I mean, first of all, you said M365 Copilot. I said free version, but we're here to introduce people to Copilot. We've titled this session AI Made Easy, and we're focusing on Copilot. Take us through.
Okay, can you please confirm, Prof, if you can see my screen?
I can. Thank you very much. I can see.
All right. So, yeah, so the purpose of this session really is to bring Copilot to everyone, and Copilot is available to everyone, right? So, what is it actually? So, I think, Prof, you've mentioned that we've got many AIs that's out there,
Yeah.
And Microsoft has its own version. All right. So it's an AI powered assistant, which can be integrated in M365. So when I talk about M365, I mean your productivity tools like your Word, Excel, Teams, PowerPoint, etc. And it can be accessible via the web and also mobile platforms. So for example, I use Copilot on my mobile phone. So I went onto the App Store and I downloaded the application and I can use it on the go. And then on my screen, as you can see, I've got two icons which are very similar, right? But the difference is the one at the top has an M365 on it, which essentially means that M365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Okay, so let me just double click on that. So when you look at, most of us that are working, that are using computers, most of our organizations have purchased M365, right? So the Microsoft applications. Okay, so if you are currently using M365 applications, chances are you will have access to the M365 Copilot version. Okay, and the nice thing about this is it's embedded in your applications such as PowerPoint, the ones that I've mentioned, Outlook, Teams, etc., etc. And it helps you perform tasks like writing of emails, writing of documents, analyzing data. So if you're working with maybe Excel sheets, you are able to use Copilot within that Excel sheet, and it can actually help you analyze large amounts of data. We can even take it a step further and use Python within Microsoft Excel. Then when we move to the other Copilot, which is at the bottom. So this is our general purpose AI, and we use it for drafting text. We summarize with it as well. We can summarize things like documents, web pages. It can also help you with brainstorming of ideas. Okay, so, and when you look at it, which I'm going to take you through, it's designed to be very intuitive, which means, like very, very easy to use. And it's also secure, which make it suitable for both personal and professional use. And I'll also take you through how to access it, right? And so we have our URL, okay, so which is copilot.microsoft.com, which which you can access on your web browser. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a Microsoft browser. You can use any other browser. It is accessible. And then obviously, like I mentioned, it is supported within the M365 applications. And, it really depends on what version you use. So that's Copilot in a nutshell.
Awesome. Thank you very much. But does Microsoft use our data to train public models?
That's a very good question, Prof. But before I can get to that question, I just want to take you through the art of prompting, right?
Okay.
And you'll see why I just need to cover the art of prompting first. Yeah. Okay. So we are used to browsing or searching the web in the most traditional way. But when you're using your Gen AI, we talk about prompting. All right. So what is it? So prompting.
I think let's remind people that when Sabina says Gen AI means generative AI, we talked about this on the platform. People would remember that when we made the difference between AI that existed since the 90s and then Gen AI and predictive AI.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then of course, people, just to remind people, Sylvester's favorite line that Lauren brought to us, that you are as good as your last prompt. So that's what Sabina is talking about. Go ahead.
And thank you so much for that, Prof. Yeah, so essentially prompts are the way you ask Copilot to perform tasks for you. So it's a unique and emerging skill, and it differs from traditional web searching, like I mentioned, right? So from a Copilot perspective, we look at 4 key things. So I like calling them, the 4 key ingredients when it comes to prompting. Okay. And the reason why we have to really focus on these 4 key ingredients is so that we can get the best response. So firstly, firstly, we look at the goal. Okay, so what is it that you're trying to achieve? Okay, so and I'm going to use this example that I have on the screen. So in my example, I want to generate a 3 to 5 bullet point. Okay, so that's the goal. That's what I'm trying to achieve. Then we need to give it context. Why am I trying to generate this 3 to 5 bullet point? Okay. And then I want to create this I want Copilot to generate 3 to 5 bullet point to prepare me for a meeting with a particular client to discuss phase 3 of a particular brand campaign. So you see, I'm actually giving it context.
Yes.
And yeah. And then you need to give it a source. Where do you want it to get this information from, right? So in my example, I want Copilot to only focus on email and also Teams chat since a particular time frame, right? Then lastly, expectations. How should Copilot respond to meet your expectation, okay? Then lastly, we go, please use simple language so that I can get up to speed quickly. All right. Yeah, so these are the 4 key elements that we need to provide in our prompt so that we get the best experience. And you'll notice, Prof, sometimes Copilot won't give you the exact same response that you are expecting. And the reason for that is you must think of Copilot as your assistant, someone that you are having a conversation with, so you can follow up with follow-up prompts until you get that the response that's desired. So
the other thing that I have noticed, of course, I'm sure other people who use the models will realize that it's like you are having a conversation with a human, so you can follow up.
Yes.
And so, but it doesn't forget what you had said before. So you've given it this prompt. If you go ahead, then you can just add on. You don't have to remind it that, on the base of what I asked you before. You just say, and can you add this? Or you can even say, but why did you leave out information from the meeting of 2 weeks ago?
100%.
And then oftentimes it will say, I'm sorry, thanks for spotting that. This is now with the information from that meeting.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting, and I like that you mentioned that it's a conversation. And it will also give you responses based on what you feed it as well. That's why it's so important that you're very specific. Where does it get the data?
Yeah.
And how it should respond. Yeah.
But Sabina, then the question that I asked you earlier is important. Does it keep this information? Does this information stay there and Microsoft use it to train these? Because if it's public and we are talking about meetings, the decisions that were made in this meeting or that meeting, how possible is it that someone can just access, the decisions that we made at our company?
Yeah. Thanks for that question, Prophet. It's quite imperative to actually understand what happens to your data. It's your data at the end of the day, right? So when you interact with Copilot, right, whether it's the free version or the enterprise version, so your inputs could be your prompts, the files that you are uploading, and also the generated outputs are not fed back into the foundational models to improve for the general public. Okay. So what do I actually mean for that? Okay. So your queries and content do not become part of the data sets that are used to train or fine-tune the underlying AI models for other users globally. So that's the nice thing about Microsoft. And how we do that is we do it through what we call session isolation. So it means that each interaction is processed in real time using the model. But once the response is generated, the data is not retained at all for model learning purposes. Okay. So that's how it works. And just to close out on this question, Prof, the reason why this is so important is around privacy. Okay. So your sensitive business data or personal information will never be exposed to external users or used to improve public AI systems. So that's why we have all of these guardrails in place to ensure that your data doesn't get used to train other models that are there publicly.
Okay, all right. But that you are talking about company information, even personal information, someone who searches for things, who asks a Copilot things that are personal to them. I can't suddenly just say to Copilot, what does Sabina like to have for dinner? Because you've been crafting menus with them. I can't do that, right?
Yeah, no, that whether you're using the free one, the enterprise one, it is protected. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sabina, let me just welcome other people who've joined us. I saw the Zambians, of course, joined us. I saw a few people. I saw Eketa from the Congo, my friend, tu vas bien? Eketa, good to see you here. And I saw Tibelelo Duduetsang has joined us. Thank you so much, Prof. Tibelelo is announcing that she has signed up for the free Microsoft Elevate Women in Tech program, which is great. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, and Tibelelo is saying hemp and tea in Ghana is also spreading the word. Can't wait to take further by running a youth program in Palapie to inspire more people to jump in. Tibelelo, please keep doing that. Remember that in this Elevate Hair program, there are prizes to be won. So this week we'll announce winners of people who engage the most. So as I post about AI and Elevate Hair on my platforms, comment, engage. I see you on YouTube every Sunday that you are engaging, but also on LinkedIn, whether TikTok or X, just keep engaging, because I'm watching the engagement and we'll announce winners every 2 weeks. And as you know, there's a big prize to come to Cape Town next year, and I hope all of you are getting to that. But the idea is to get 50,000 women, as well as other people besides women across the African continent registering for this free Microsoft AI course. So keep going, Kopalapri, Batswana Bakhaitsu. Keep getting people to register for the course, as well as legal in Ghana. Good to see you being on board. Please make sure that the prizes are not just won by South Africans. Please, we can only do that if friends in Zimbabwe, Malawi, Ghana, Mozambique, Botswana, everywhere participate, please get involved so that we don't only get South Africans winning the prizes. But you talked about prompting. And you said, of course, they are not used to train public models. I want us to go to an example, because you sort of introduced us to Copilot. You talk to us about prompting, why is important, how does it happen, and you give an example. But I said to people, we're going to show them, if you're applying for a job, you can use Copilot. It's quite a nice name, Copilot, to be your assistant in applying the job. Show us how that can happen, Sabina.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. So I'm going to share my screen again. So I'm jumping into my web browser. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. So this is our web version of Copilot, as you can see.
And anyone can get access to this, yeah.
100%, yes. Yeah. So you simply go into your browser and navigate to copilot.microsoft.com.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we should all try it at the same time.
Yes.
Please let us know in the comments if you are able to access it. And the nice thing about it is you don't necessarily have to have an account. You don't have to sign in. But what I've done here is I have signed in. So I'm not using my work account to sign into to this free version of Copilot, but I used my personal account. So if you don't have a Microsoft account, please sign up for it. It is a free account. There are no costs or charges whatsoever. Yeah, so I have signed in here with my personal account. And what I want us to do first, before we can even get to prompting, so I just want to take you through what the interface look like, right? So here we have our Copilot, and what I'm going to do now is open our sidebar. So when you expand the sidebar, you'll notice that you've got multiple tabs. You've got the Discover tab, create a gallery for, if you want to enhance your creative juices. Create a gallery is there. You've got your library, labs, and your conversations. So the nice thing about signing in to the application is you will have your history, your history of conversation. So this is why I decided to sign in. It's quite important, right? So let's go to Discover. So when you go into Discover, you'll notice that, you are presented with quite a lot of information in here. You've got stories that you can explore. So instead of going to the internet, you can simply just come into Copilot, and you'll be presented with many stories that are currently trending.
Basically current affairs.
Current affairs, yeah. Correct. Yeah. So these are your current affairs. And you'll also be able to explore some ideas. For instance, how do you recycle your old tech the right way, and so forth. So you can come in here and discover many topics, current affairs like Prof mentioned, etc. And then if you come into your creator gallery, you'll see that we have ready-made images. Okay, so these images you can simply edit on your own, or you can create your own images by just prompting Copilot. But the creator gallery is specifically meant for, just to get you started with creating your images. Okay, so for instance, if you click on one of the images here, there is already a prompt, as you can see. So there is a prompt that created this image. However, we can change the image if we want. So I'm gonna say, please paint the wall green or red. I don't know.
Yeah, but
It's
remember, I want you to help us. We're looking for a job.
100%. So I
Yeah.
will get there, Prof. I
Okay.
will get there. I will get there.
We don't want to paint today.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So this is just what I wanted to show you
Okay.
from a creative perspective. I'm assuming probably we have some creative people.
I'm sure.
On the yeah. So let's see if it's going to actually help us with painting the wall green. Okay, any day now. There we go.
Yeah.
It has changed the color. Yeah, so it's taking a bit of time because we're actually using the best models for this, specifically for accuracy. So it takes a bit of time. Yeah.
Okay.
There it is. So it's coming together. We are putting some finishing touches.
Fantastic.
There we go.
There it is.
Very simple. 100%. Yeah. Right, then I'm going to move into our library. So you can think of the library as your repository of your activities within Copilot, right? So these are all the images that I have been playing around with.
Yeah.
You've got pages. You can come in here, create different pages, and work on the content within M36 within Copilot instead of going into Word, and so you can come in here and do your work. Then we've got research reports, so you can get your professional level research on whatever topic. You can create research reports, and these will actually be very, very professional. You can come in there, create your research report. Then we've got podcasts. So podcast is actually one of my favorite features in here because sometimes I'm lazy to read. So let's say I'm driving and I need to catch up on my schoolwork, or maybe there's a presentation that I need to catch up on while driving. I'm able to do that. So I can simply just upload it in here. Yeah, so you can upload it in here, add images or files, and it'll create the podcast. Once the podcast has been created, then you'll be able to listen to it. Yeah.
Okay.
And
remember, we're looking for a job. We're looking for a job. We are a new graduate. We've been unemployed for 3 years. And we've never had an internship, and now we want a job. Now we want our companion Copilot to help us find a job. How do we do this?
Okay, let's see how we do that.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I hope but there's let me start here. So let me get my prompt. So let's say I'm copying here, and I'm gonna start a new chat with Copilot. Okay. And what I'm going to do is, so I'm gonna start here, Prof. Please bear with me.
Okay.
Okay.
We are not painting walls. As long as you don't paint a wall, it's okay.
Yeah, we're not painting walls. We're not decorating.
Okay.
Yeah. So this prompt says, please turn my work history below into a one-page CV. Okay. Which is tailored for an entry level, let's say, let's say admin, not an entry level. So let's say mid-level, for example. Mid-level role in
business management.
Okay. So my example is around someone that works in tech. So tech is easy for me, Prof.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, and add strong action verbs
You know,
and a short.
the reason I
Yeah.
was going to business management is because graduates of these business management degrees are struggling to get a job, you know.
We can do
So
that.
I
We'll
thought
definitely.
a business management graduate entry level job, you know, because they struggle to get a job. Business management. It sounds so good when you register
Yeah.
for it. Like, what are you studying? BCom business management. And then they struggle to get a job. You know, the tech guys, of course, it's not easy for anyone, but, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So what I've done here is I have so I want to upload my profile, right? My work experience.
Yes.
So I'm gonna upload the work experience. So you can do that. So I'm also trying to show you that you can upload documents onto this platform, right?
Yes.
So I'm saying so this is my work history in here. And let's see what it comes up with. Okay, that was very quick. I think it
Yeah.
was within
I mean, but this is the thing
milliseconds.
about these AI models, right? So, as much as we don't want them to replace us, they are our assistant because they read the document quicker than we would have.
100%,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. So what it's done is it has created a sharp one-page CV,
Okay.
which was tailored for a mid-level role, emphasizing your technical depth and leadership growth. Okay. So this is a draft. So obviously, you can copy this, put it in Word, and
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 tweak it,
and
tweak
then
it as you like.
yes. So it's given me a nice outline. I can put my email there, my phone number, LinkedIn profile. And what I like about this outline, Prof, is it's very modern, by the way. So we're not doing, how we used to create CVs 10,
Yeah.
15 years ago. So I like that it's actually relevant to what is required in the workplace. Then there's our profile. It's giving me my core competencies, and then you've got your professional experience there, which it took from my the document that I fed it, and then let's see, and then so the document that I had didn't have any of the education and certification. Then it provided a section for that so that we can simply just add that information. Then back to the art of prompting. Look at this. So it's saying, let me know your education, certification, preferences, contact details, and so forth. And would you like a version tailored for a specific posting or industry? All right. So, like we were saying earlier on with Prof, is it's a conversation. It's a conversation. So you need to continue having that conversation with Copilot. So let's say I am looking for a job in fintech. Let's see what it's going to do. And then it updated the CV, as you can see, which will be specific to fintech. Yeah, so let's just go back to the profile. So it actually highlighted that, this person has a proven success supporting regulated environments in financial services and retail. So that's how it actually adapted the CV to that specific industry. As you can see, yeah. So once you have all of this information, I'm going to copy it, right? So you can either copy it or edit in a page. But I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to take it to Microsoft Word so that we can have a proper CV. So I know I'm not sharing my screen, but I will do so just now. Control paste. And let me just swap my screen. so that you can see what I've done. Okay, it's still, there we go. Okay, can you see it, Prof?
It's still coming, not yet. But someone asked a question. Someone asked a very interesting question here. They said, how does the AI model know and differentiate between data that can be shared and private information?
That's a very good question. So what I usually tell my clients is, you need to make sure that you have data security guardrails in place. So for example, let's take this document that we currently have in front of us. So our default label at Microsoft, we have data classification and labeling, right? So with the data classification and labeling, we have automatic labeling. So our initial the initial action from our solution, which is something that we can talk about at some other time, Prof. So it's called Microsoft Purview. So Microsoft Purview is a solution that we use for data security. So it helps you with classifying data and applying labels. So the labels need to be defined by the organization, like, is this confidential, personal, and so forth. And what I usually say is, the AI will inherit what you currently have in place. So if you don't have the guardrails, then exactly.
But the guardrails, so if I just go online and I haven't done anything, like you just go the copilot.microsoft.com and then I just get on, it can't figure out what's private, what's not. Like this CV, for example, that I'm applying for a job and I'm doing all of this, it will assume that this is public. It can retain it and share it and use it, right?
No, it won't, because there's the labeling. The labeling is there. So the labeling travels with the document.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we protect data at rest and in transit as well. Okay. So like I said, that's like a whole different topic that we'll
talk about another time. I see Sylvester is back today and he comes in and says session isolation. I guess he's been away, now he's back. Anyway, distinct mentor, thank you very much for that question. You can go ahead, go on. I stopped you whilst we were busy with the
no worries, Prof. Yeah, so this is exactly what I copied from the app, from the Copilot app.
Yeah.
So obviously you just remove what you need to remove.
Yes.
But I mean, it gave us a great start, right? And then you can put all your necessary information in here. And then when you're applying for a job, please PDF your documents, guys. It's very important that your CV is in a PDF format, so that no one can, intercept with it.
But they can. Can't they just use PDF edits? I mean, if people want to be sneaky, they will.
They can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just looks nice, and that you made an effort and you put whatever. But if someone is really evil, if you have an evil person, they will still edit it and make it gibberish and whatever. But we hope those evil people are few and far in between.
Yeah. So I just want to go back here.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so Prof, you mentioned something around, let's say you are a new graduate and you're looking for a job. So let's try that, right? So let's say, and I like I said, when I interact with Copilot, I interact with it as if I'm talking to someone. Yeah. So I'll say I'm a recent graduate in business management, and I need to create a CV. I have, should we say, 1 year experience or zero experience?
Zero experience. I mean, that's what
I
we
have.
need. Yeah.
I have 0 years of experience. So I'm actually going to, let me not spell the right way. I'm leaving out some experience. And I have my, I also have, my matric with stellar results. So I'm doing this in deliberately, by the way. So let's see. I have 0 years and I passed my matric with stellar results. I am seeking jobs in the banking sector.
Yep.
So let's leave it at that.
Yep.
Like we said, this is a conversation.
Yep.
And you'll notice that my spelling is wrong, right? So let's see if Copilot if it's intuitive or not.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's a few questions, but I'm gonna go with us.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so this is the results. So it's saying, thank you. Based on your background, here's a clean and confident CV tailored for entry-level roles, especially in customer service, operations, or junior analyst position. And so it's given us a profile, your education, and your education. Then you also have your skills there. So these are the skills that you can add. As someone that doesn't have much work experience, you can highlight your, stuff that you have done, that you have participated in. And here we go. We're having a conversation, right? So it's saying, let me know of your university, high school names, any part-time jobs, and then it can polish it further. So if you have that information, you can simply just add that information. And I'm going to take it a step. So I'm not going to respond to the question. I'm going to give it another question and say, can you please provide sample interview questions? Interview questions that might be asked as an entry-level candidate. Yeah, I'm leaving it at that. Let's see. Yeah, so it's giving us entry-level roles, especially in customer service or operations, or tell me about yourself, education, motivation, you need those problem-solving skills.
Okay, thanks, Sabina. I wanna ask questions, and then I want us to close with the issue of the homework, because we don't have much time. But I think you've given us a good demonstration here, especially for entry-level people who have never worked. Because what it has done, I mean, I was imagining as the results were coming up, that for someone who hasn't had a job for 2-3 years, they probably lost confidence, they give this, and here it's giving you a bold presentation of yourself. Even if you've never worked, you've never whatever, it shows you the kind of things that you can foreground at a time when you think you have nothing to offer. So it's a good assistant in a way. Then it jigs your memory. Oh, I used to be a netball player, and so netball playing, did this and that, Eketa is asking, can you upload a job offer document and ask Copilot to prepare a CV and a cover letter tailored to the offer?
100%,
Absolutely.
100%, you are able to do that. Yeah. So I wish I had a sample cover letter or a simple job
Yeah,
offer, but
we don't have to demonstrate it because I
yeah.
just want us to go ahead with this. The other thing that you and I talked about, and when you were talking earlier, you said one of the things Copilot can do is that it can summarize long documents. I mean, I like the fact that you said it can even create a podcast whilst you drive. It can then play it as a podcast, so it helps you get into documents. So for all those people who've been wanting to read the Zondo Commission report, I'm sure they can just put it in Copilot and
Yeah.
then, I mean, I'm curious to know if we put it in Copilot, how long would the summary be?
Let's see, Doc. Yeah. So let's so I actually have a sample. I actually have the actual Zondo Commission.
Oh, fantastic. And
Let's see.
thank you, Sylvester, our resident AI enthusiast is busy answering questions for me on YouTube. Thank you very much, Sylvester, for that. We
Thank
missed you
you.
last week. We missed you last week, Sylvester. We missed you. So it's good to have you in the house. Lindy says might have been covered in the intro, but do we require to have an account with Copilot to use the application?
So like I said, you don't necessarily need an account.
You can just go online on the web.
Yeah. So that's the URL at the top, copilot.microsoft.com.
Yeah. So you don't need an account anyway. You can just go to copilot.microsoft.com. You get it. But you were saying, Sabina, but
if you want to keep your conversations, it's advisable that you sign in.
Yeah. Okay.
Even that account that you create is free. It's a free account that you can create from Microsoft.
Yeah. We talked about this some weeks ago, Lindy, where Ndimpiwe was explaining that he prefers to sign up and sign in so that he wants the bestie, his bestie, which is your AI model, to get to know you better. If you have registered, then it will remember that it's you, and it will remember what your information is, and it will always, talk like it knows what you did yesterday. But it's only with you. It's not going to tell other people. The Zondo Commission, you are uploading it. Are you gonna? I'm just interested how long the document is and how long will the summary be.
Yeah. So
now that we have the Madlanga Commission, we'll have a very long report, and many of us will want to read it, and we will not have time. And we hope that Copilot won't lie to us about what happened.
Doubt it, Prof. Yeah. So this is it's about 481 pages.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but it's about approximately 481 pages.
Okay.
So let's see. There we go. This was very quick.
It is.
And it's saying, thanks for uploading the State Capture Commission report. Oh, okay, it's too large.
Oh, it says it's too large.
It's too large. Okay. So I just need to verify the limitations. And I think it's essentially because this is
a free version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, so, but it does, it just, it did manage to give us some key findings.
I see, key findings and highlights, yes.
We've got some key findings and highlights and the notable individuals mentioned. And then it's saying, if you're looking for a deeper dive into a specific section, I can help. So it looks like we just have to be, very specific.
Yes,
because
exactly.
of the size of
so
the
we could say
document,
so and so mentioned, how was so and so mentioned in the report, then it will give us the breakdown of how.
Let's see.
Yes.
And okay, it doesn't matter actually. Mentioned.
Who did you say?
Arthur Fraser.
Oh, okay.
He's a former SSA director.
Yes.
Yeah. So
then
it's
it will
saying,
get to, yeah?
Here we go. Yeah. So it's saying He's the former Director General of the SSA, and these are the allegations against the person. And then there are some recommendations as well, and then it can help. So now it's saying, I can help you explore how these findings relate to broader issues in South Africa's intelligence and law enforcement, and yeah.
That's great. Now, I want us to close with homework. Eketa is saying, where can we get the sessions that we missed? You just have to go to my YouTube channel, Eketa, Feb Academic Unfiltered. You'll get all the sessions. You just go click live, you get all the live sessions. But of course, there's lots of interesting stuff on my YouTube channel. Hey, and guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Feb Academic Unfiltered. You go to subscribe, very interesting content. And of course, every Sunday we are here with the Sunday sessions. Now, many people are helping their children with homework. They have to do business accounting and, mathematics and art, and they've never been artists themselves. And
Yes.
AI is here to help them as an assistant, as parents who are expected to do all of this. How can they do this? How can
Okay.
Copilot help?
So I have an example here. Okay, let me see if it's actually, can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So here's a sample prompt. So let's say, you need to help your child with homework. So you can say, explain fractions using a pizza example for a grade 5 learner with 3 practice questions.
Okay.
Let's see. There we go. So it's giving us what a fraction is. And then we even have some practice questions.
Fantastic.
There we go. So it's as simple as that. Yeah. So it's giving us quite detailed information. So it essentially depends on what is it that you wanted to respond with. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, Sabina, it's now 6:02, and I want us to wrap up. Sichaba asked a very interesting question whilst we were talking about the Zondo Commission, and he says, please ask Copilot, how should we look at the accused when we see them in the public? So if we meet Arthur Fraser, how should we look at them? I think it would be an interesting question to hear what Copilot says.
Copilot?
Yes. Let's close on that lighter note of asking Copilot. How should we look at Arthur Fraser when we see him in public?
Oh, yeah. So I think Copilot is going to, because now I asked it a different question, so it might hallucinate. There's also hallucinations, but let's try.
Try them and say, and see what they say. It's also an important learning point if they hallucinate, because then we can
see. So let's see. Or maybe what I can do is, let me see if I can go back to my, so now, because I wanted to go back to that.
To that conversation, yes.
To that conversation instead of, okay, it's not here. So now I started a new conversation. So let's try again, the same example. So I'm gonna add the file again.
Yeah, I want us to close though, so.
Let's be quick.
Yeah.
So what was the question again?
How should we look at Arthur Fraser? What did you say? How should we look at the accused when we see them in public? The people accused in the Zondo Commission.
Oh wow.
If I were Copilot, I would say, don't look at them.
So how should we look at the accused?
The accused in the Zondo Commission when we see them in public?
Okay. The question. Let's see. Wow. There you go. Yeah, it's quite, it's a touchy one.
What is he saying? I can see.
So it's saying, you need to balancing accountability with due process.
Yes.
And it's giving you that presumption of innocence.
Yeah, because
moral.
that was not a court. They were not in court. Yeah, they were not in court,
Yeah.
So there were accusations flying there. So I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
This is quite impressive,
Yeah.
because if you look at this, it says what you can do. So
Yes.
it's giving you suggestions. Stay informed about ongoing investigations,
Yes.
support civil society organization,
Yeah.
engage and vote for leaders who prioritize justice and transparency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, there's such a tendency in our country to accuse people without evidence and set up kangaroo courts and say they are guilty when they haven't been charged by a court of law. So I guess we've got to be cautious because at the same time, we can be sued based on what you say. But anyway.
So this is quite an impressive answer.
I'm impressed. I'm
very
impressed.
Diplomatic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sabina, this has been very, very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. I'm sure we'll get you back, and there's a lot of appreciation for the work that you do. People are saying this is so exciting, this is interesting, people are learning, so thank you so much. I can see still a lot of people are still online listening even over time, and that's because there's something that they're learning from this. So I'm grateful for the time, Sabina. I wish you a good week, and I'll chat to you during the week so that we can have more conversations maybe next week or the following week. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was a pleasure, Prof. Thank you.
Right. And everyone joining us on YouTube, thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure that you subscribe and tell your friends and family to subscribe to Fab Academic Unfiltered. Click notifications also so that when the new episode drops, you get to hear. I don't only talk about AI. If you go to my channel, it's very interesting. I talk mainly about higher education, about education in general, about young people, managing life at university, parents supporting their children, and of course I do want to get into, I'll be doing career conversations soon. The idea that many young people dream of big careers and they have no idea what it takes. Some things are easy to study towards, but very difficult to practice. Some things are difficult to practice, to study towards, and very manageable to practice. And we will talk about those careers, and I'll be calling people who are in those careers or who have made the decisions to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be whatever, and they regret it, and maybe they changed or they're still there and miserable. So keep following, lots of education, but always good to see you on a Sunday, an opportunity to learn, to grow, and become better people. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Prof.
Bye.